there guys, gals, and non-binary pals, GM Potter here. Welcome to my channel where I review books and bookish things, and it is October, therefore it is spooky season. So I thought we would go over Twisted Tales of Horror, Burnt Fur, edited by Ken McGregor, and let's get into it. So this book promised to be an anthology of horror short stories, which I thought was interesting, and I got it through NetGalley. Thank you so much to NetGalley and Bloodbound Books for providing me a copy of this book free of charge in exchange for my honest review. All opinions are my own, as always. Who else's would they be? This book is out now. It came out in 2020. This book is super messed up in the best possible way. The description from the publisher is, "Sit, roll over, who's a good boy?" There are no good boys in this anthology, only twisted, deviant, and burnt encounters with pets, people in costume, animals who behave like humans, and creatures who blur the line in between the three. Violent pigs, killer ducks, horny bees, a naughty rabbit, and many more fill these pages with tale after tale of hair-raising horror. Don your fursuit, slip into your fursona, and ride the dark wave of horror that is burnt fur. You may never go back to wearing your normal skin again. Please note, this contains a mix of stories. Some may be erotic or bizarro in nature, to horror and dark fantasy. This book was weird. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't quite what I got. It's more of the Sado Naughty Times variety of horror and body horror. It really focuses on the body horror and the Sado Naughty Times of horror. From furries to animals who wish they were people to shapeshifters. There's a little bit of everything in that vein. There's a lot of mention of furries, there's a lot of talk of furries, there's a lot of furries in this book. There were four standout stories for me. The first one was Mallard's Maze, which features a lot of really disturbing duck facts, such as the corkscrew bit and the false entrances. I'm trying to say this in a way that YouTube won't get mad. But this story was really weird. It features duck people, like people who are part duck. Think the movie Howard the Duck, but if Clive Barker directed it, kind of a thing. Like Howard the Duck directed by the guy who did Hellraiser, kind of a story. There's unaliving, there's mazes, there's underground societies of these duck people, and it's just, that one stuck with me in a major way. There's also The Hamford Pigs, which I felt explores the idea that if you give a man a mask, he'll show you his true face. It's these police officers who go on a vigilante type thing at this pig farm, and they wear these hoods made out of pig's skin, like with the ears and the snouts and everything. And it was really kind of bizarre, but incredibly well written. It made you feel like you were there, and you did not want to be there. So, The Hamford Pigs was really well written. I don't know if I liked it, but it was really well written. Then there was The Others, which features a woman who can see essentially storybook animals walking around, like animals, like regular animals, but with people artifacts. One of them is Bad Panda, who is a life-size panda who walks on his back two legs and wears red sunglasses so you know where his eyes are, because the black fur you wouldn't be able to tell. Who is very possessive of her and takes matters into her own hands when she starts dating. And she's on this blind date, internet date with a guy, and she's telling him all about this, and she's like, if you want to keep dating me, you have to be willing to accept the eventuality that Bad Panda might come after you. It's like, it's really, really weird, because only she can see these animals. No one else can see them. But they're there. And then there was Where the Deep, which is a shifter story. We have a werewolf who comes into town, goes to a bar, picks up a lady that he's going to then take to a hotel room and eat, essentially. Except she's a shifter too. She's a shark. And she like bites him and mangles him a little bit in the hotel room, and he runs away and shifts into his wolf form, and she's like, oh, that's interesting. And they're in the seaside lake town on the Pacific coast, and she takes him out to sea and like jumps after him, turning into her shark self, and eats him. And I thought it was a very interesting take. I actually really enjoyed this one because it was like, you go girl, good for you, good for her. Kind of a storytelling bit. But there are a lot more stories in this, and these are also the most G-rated of the stories. There's one where this small woodland creature wants to have a human suit made, and his animal buddy who makes the suits needs men's naughtily organs to make them, and he needs 6 of them to make one that's big enough for this small woodland creature to wear, so that he can be a non-furry, I guess. And it's just, these are the most G-rated stories. They're really weird. They're really twisted. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was, if you're willing to suspend your disbelief and let things get a little weird, this one is worth it, I think. It's out now. Again, thank you so much to NetGalley and Bloodbound Books for letting me read this book in exchange for my honest feedback. I would love to hear what you have to say about it. Would you read this one? Would you skip it? Please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay spooky. Bye.